Like and subscribe. I want you to think about the last time your body told you to leave somewhere. Not your brain, not logic, not reason. Your body. That deep animal instinct that bypasses every rational thought and just screams at you to get out. Most people ignore it. She almost did. And she is convinced to this day that ignoring it would have been the last decision she ever made. They were sitting on the bus, going over their plans for the next 2 weeks, when the girl in the seat directly in front of them turned around. She was friendly, warm even. She heard them talking about their travels and offered them a place to stay in her town. Said she and her partner would love to have them. Gave them her number and told them to call whenever. Travelers do this. It's part of the culture of backpacking. Strangers becoming hosts, connections made on buses and trains leading to the best memories of a trip. So a few days later, when their plans shifted, they called her. She answered immediately, said they were more than welcome, said her partner was excited to meet them. They agreed to meet at the train station. And the moment she saw them standing there waiting, something shifted in her stomach. It was not a thought. It was not an observation she could put into words immediately. It was a feeling, ancient and wordless. The kind that lives below conscious thought in the part of your brain that evolved specifically to keep you alive. Something was wrong. She looked at her boyfriend. He shrugged it off. They had already called. They were already here. It would be rude to leave now. So they followed them. The couple led them away from the train station, not toward the town center, away from it. She asked where they were going. They said they lived on the outskirts, that it wasn't far. The town itself was unsettling in a way that was hard to name. It was an old mining town. Most of it had been abandoned years ago. As they walked the streets, the houses got progressively worse. Boarded up windows, overgrown gardens swallowing entire front yards, paint peeling off walls in long strips. No cars, no lights on inside, no signs of life anywhere, no people. The further they walked, the more the town felt less like somewhere people lived and more like somewhere people used to live before something made them all leave. The houses at the end of the street were the worst of all. One of them belonged to the couple. They went inside. The first thing she noticed was the living room. In the center of it sat a single mattress on the floor, a sheet hanging around it like a makeshift curtain. A bed frame, no furniture, just a mattress in the middle of a room. She thought about the guest room they had mentioned on the phone. They showed them around the house, every room, every doorway, except one. There was a door at the end of the hallway that stayed closed the entire tour. When she asked what was behind it, the couple seemed to suddenly not hear the question. The conversation moved on without missing a beat, like she hadn't said anything at all. She filed that away. The guest room they were given looked completely normal. A made bed, a chest of drawers, clean and ordinary, which made the mattress in the living room even stranger. Why were they sleeping on a mattress in the living room when there was a perfectly normal bedroom available? She didn't ask. She was starting to understand that some questions in this house didn't get answered. She started looking around properly, and that's when she noticed them. Knives. Not a few. Not the normal amount you'd expect in someone's home. A lot of knives, displayed and placed throughout the room in a way that felt deliberate rather than incidental. Her boyfriend tried to make it casual, asked if they went hunting. No. The partner picked up one of the knives and held it out to her boyfriend, asked him to open it. It was a Bowie knife, large and heavy, with a blade that caught the light in a way that made her stomach turn. Because around the edges of the blade where the metal met the handle, there were dark stains. Stains that looked exactly like dried blood. Her boyfriend laughed the way people laugh when they don't know what else to do and set it back down. She kept looking around. A tattoo gun sitting on the shelf. She asked if they tattooed. No, just to practice. A small axe leaning against the wall by the door. She asked if they collected wood. No. Knives they didn't hunt with. A tattoo gun they didn't use. An axe with no purpose. Blood on a blade with no explanation. And a door that stayed closed. The guy suddenly said he wanted to go to the shops. She almost felt relieved. Shops meant town. Town meant people. People meant safety. All four of them left the house, and the couple turned in the wrong direction. She said the town was the other way. The guy nodded casually, said this way was more interesting, that it went up through the trees, that it would take the same amount of time and loop back into town. She looked at the path ahead. Dense trees, a trail leading up into the mountain. No buildings visible, no lights, no sound except the wind moving through the branches above them. Her boyfriend thought it was fine. She didn't, but she followed. The path climbed higher. The trees got thicker. The town disappeared completely behind them. They were going in the exact opposite direction of anywhere. And then the girl slowed down slightly, turned to her partner, and in a voice just quiet enough that she wasn't supposed to hear said, "So where was the place again?" She stopped walking. In 4 words, the entire performance collapsed. They had taken this path before, or they had planned to take it, and wherever it led, they knew exactly where that was. They just didn't want her to. She told her boyfriend quietly but firmly that she was going back to the road right now. Something in her voice made him not argue. She turned around and started walking back down the mountain, back through the trees, back toward anything that resembled civilization. The couple followed without resistance. When they reached the one shop in town, she finally felt something close to safe. Other people, witnesses, a door she could walk through without wondering what was on the other side. She made an excuse, said they wanted to look around, said they'd catch up later. They checked into a hotel the moment the couple was out of sight and sat there in silence trying to process what had just happened. Later, she looked into it. The path they had been led onto going up the mountain, it didn't loop back into town. It led straight out, further into the wilderness, with no way back to anywhere. The house had the mystery room behind the closed door, and a basement. Nobody in that town recognized the couple. Not one person. In a small abandoned mining town where everyone would know everyone, not a single local had ever seen them before. She never found out who they were. She never found out what was behind that door. She never found out where that path actually led. And she never found out what was in the basement. What she does know is this: every single thing in that house, the knives, the blood, the axe, the tattoo gun, the mattress in the living room, the closed door, none of it had a normal explanation. And the people who lived there were completely sober. That's the part that stays with her. Because you can explain away a lot of strange behavior with drugs or alcohol. People do irrational things when they're not in their right mind. These people were completely clear-headed, and they still led 2 strangers up a mountain path that went nowhere. Like and subscribe, and the next time your body tells you something is wrong, don't wait for your brain to catch up.